Hi, Mrs. Carlson.
There are three branches of U.S. government.
Today we will be talking about the legislative.
This branch is responsible for levying and collecting taxes.
The House of Representatives has 435 seats. That's a lot of seats. What branch do they belong to? Legislative.
Every state has 2 senators. They are elected for a 6-year term.
The Senate is an important check on the executive branch.
This branch is responsible for borrowing money.
This branch is responsible for controlling and regulating commerce.
This branch is responsible for setting a yearly budget C-plan for where the tax money is used.
This branch of government is responsible for making and passing new laws.
The headquarters for this branch is the U.S. Capitol Building in Washington, D.C.
The Senate has 100 seats. Again, a lot of seats. Senators are elected by the Americans.
This branch is responsible for impeaching individuals who hold office and committed grievance.
This branch includes the Congress that has 2 chambers. Chamber 1, House of Representatives. Chamber 2, the Senate.
Okay, and Micah, who heads up the Senate?
Mitch McConnell? McConnell?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
And Sophia, who heads up the House of Representatives?
Nancy Pelosi.
Good job. And so this is our legislative branch. It takes care of our laws and our budgeting, right?
State Capitol Building, drawn by Micah Vicencio. This kid right here.
All right, so which branch are we going to do next?
Judicial.
Judicial. Okay, so stand by for our judicial branch.
Hi, Mrs. Carlson. Welcome back. Today we'll be learning about the judicial branch, which Ruth Bader Ginsburg was the Supreme Court justice that helped women's rights.
The judicial branch interprets laws of local, state, and federal government.
This branch is responsible for trying civil cases, people who have civil disagreements.
This branch has the highest court in the land that determines whether old and new proposed laws are constitutional.
This branch is responsible for trying criminal cases or people accused of breaking the law.
This branch is responsible for the punishment of people who violate or break the law.
This branch is responsible for determining a person's guilt or innocence.
This branch headquarters are in the Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C.
The Supreme Court justices are appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate, which basically the justices give it away.
The Supreme Court is supposed to be non-partisan.
Try that word again. We just talked about it.
Non-partisan?
Partisan.
And apolitical.
What does that mean again?
Apolitical is like a special thing going on.
So are they supposed to lean towards being Republican or Democrat when they're interpreting the law? Are they supposed to be partisan?
Yes, but they don't really do that.
Well, they choose if they're Democratic.
They're not supposed to. They're supposed to interpret the law only.
Yeah.
And not do anything based off of their personal beliefs.
But yet, they don't.
But they often do, yeah.
branch protects people's rights afforded to them by the civil constitution.
And this branch has a Supreme Court with 1 Chief Justice and 8 Associate Justices.
And who is the Chief Justice right now?
John Roberts.
Yep, John Roberts is the Chief Justice.
This is the Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C., drawn by Michael Villavicencio himself.
Okay. And what's our next branch we'll be doing?
Our next branch is executive.
Executive. All right.
Hi, Mrs. Carlson, and welcome back.
Today we will be learning more about the executive branch. This branch is the branch of the government that commands and oversees the military.
This branch includes the cabinet of the executive office, the head of 15 important departments.
This Department of Interior oversees nation parks, wildlife, natural resources, and land.
The Department of Agriculture oversees farming and food safety.
The Department of Defense oversees military, Navy, Army, and Air Force. And maybe the CIA.
The Department of Commerce trades agreements, economy, trademarks, and patents, business, and innovation.
The Department of Labor oversees employment, which is jobs in the U.S.
The Department of Homeland Security works to prevent terrorism in the U.S. Terrorism, which is a word that you might not know, is like the bombing of the Twin Towers, for example. There was a terrorist who wanted to kill the president and innocent people.
This branch, the branch of the government that enforces the country's laws.
A member of this branch is the Vice President of the U.S., but the President of the Senate and casts the tiebreakers.
So remember that the Vice President of the United States is Mike Pence, and he has the power to cast tiebreaker votes in the Senate.
Uh-huh.
This branch is responsible for appointing heads of federal agencies like the CIA or the FBI and that kind of stuff.
The president and the head of this. The president is the head of this branch of government.
And who is the president right now?
Donald Trump. But Joe Biden's gonna win the elections.
We don't know that for sure. This branch has the power to grant pardons for crimes.
And what does it mean to grant pardons?
Ooh,
Like the
Micah?
president can pardon. So like, for example, Trump has friends, and some of his friends has been committing crimes, and since they're friends, he pardoned them, so they are not sent to jail or death or whatever.
Yep, so he forgives the crimes that they did do. Right.
Trump is truly a bad man in our opinion. This branch is responsible for appointing judges to the Supreme Court.
This branch includes the commander-in-chief, which is the president, and our president right now is Trump.
This branch has the ability to negotiate international treaties or agreements.
This branch has the ability to veto or sign into law legislation that has been voted on. And the White House is the head of quarters of this branch of government, which is the executive.
Bye for now.
So who drew the White House up there?
Sophia V.
Sophia V drew the White House.
And
So we know that our president is Donald J. Trump. Our vice president is Michael Pence.
Michael Pence.
Yep,
And our chief in judicial...
our Chief Justice
Whatever it
is
John.
Is John Roberts.
John Roberts. Yep.
And our Senate is Mitch McConnell. And our head of the House of Representatives is Nancy Pelosi.
Is Nancy Pelosi. Yep.
Goodbye
Bye.
and see you
Goodbye.
next time.
Pelosi.